Good afternoon everyone. Well, this morning I visited town and as I was passing the food office I noticed that there was some Ministry of Food demonstrations going on. So I thought I'd pop in and have a look because it's always good to get new recipes from the Ministry of Food. You know that the recipes that they've devised have been done with the least amount of equipment and using as little of the food that's rationed as possible. So the recipes can easily be done in your kitchen at home, however much room you have or however little equipment you have, and also you know you're not going to be wasting any precious food. The day's demonstrations were all based today on that new fish, fresh salted cod. It's not really my choice of fish because I think that once old Bill the fishmonger has soaked the salt out for a day to 2 days, he's also soaked most of the taste out as well. But I know that even if the taste is not quite what our normal fresh cod would be like, I know it's good for the family. It's got that bodybuilding, body repair, foodstuffs in it, and it's also very good value. It's only 10p a pound. Gone up from 9p a penny, but still good value at 10p a pound. Now, my sister's boy is part of now the Royal Naval Patrol Service. He has been a fisherman, which is a reserved occupation, but he's decided he wanted to join the Royal Navy. So with his trawler, his fishing trawler, he's had that adapted and it's now become a minesweeper. Very, very dangerous duties and a dangerous job. He has saved countless lives of our naval and RAF servicemen as part of his patrolling the waters, and apparently the other day he even fished out a German enemy pilot from the water. He reckons that over 800 trawlers from England and Wales have been taken out of the fishing service and put into naval service, and hence that's why, or one of the reasons why, we're so short of fish. So this Icelandic cod that we are being able to buy from the fishmongers really does help us, because it's always nice to have fish as a change, especially on a Friday. Now the first thing, the recipe, I brought the recipe home and ½ a pound of the fresh salted cod that old Bill had soaked. Brought that home, cooked it for 10 minutes just as you would normal white fish, and now I've got as much of the skin off as possible and I've flaked it ready to use in the recipe. But first of all I'm going to make a batter, and I need about 4 ounces of flour for this. There were some other recipes that the ladies were demonstrating there. There's a fish pie which looks very interesting, a bit of a sort of layer pie with carrots and swede and potatoes layered with some white sauce and the fresh salted cod. But I thought this recipe sounded quite different and worth a try, definitely a change from our usual meals. Now of course with national wheatmeal flour, to try and get the best out of it, it's always a good idea to give it a good sifting, but don't throw away those lovely bits of bran that are within it. There's so much goodness there. My children love that. Now I'm going to add some raising agent. That's 2 level teaspoons of baking powder, and I'm also going to add some dried egg. Dried, not reconstituted, just as a dry powder. So there's my 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and now it's going to be a tablespoon of egg powder. Level it off with a knife. We don't want to use more than we need. So pop that in too. And I'm just going to pop a pinch of salt into this and give it a stir, and then I'm going to add water, but I don't want to use it all in one go. I'm going to stir in and then give it a good beat before adding some more. Now it does depend on the rest of the ingredients that you put into this, so I won't pop all the water in because I want at the end of it, the lady was saying you need quite a stiff batter, so I don't want to make it too runny. And the recipe also calls for some carrots, and my carrots very moist, so they will add to the moisture. So let's give that now a very good beat. You can use an egg beater, or I'm using my tried and trusty balloon whisk. So give that a good beat and then add some more water. Now these really did look delicious. They suggested you could either use this as a supper snack, or you could make it into a main meal by adding a good amount of vegetables, or in the summer it would be lovely with a salad. So give your batter a good whip. And now I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. That is, of course, that cooked and flaked salt cod. And I'm also going to add, of course, parsley. Now, in this day when vitamin C through our fruits are so hard to find, parsley is a very good supplier of vitamin C, and I'm going to pop in about a tablespoon of chopped parsley. Pop that in. I'm also going to put a little bit of pepper and cooked carrots, 6 ounces of mashed and cooked carrots. Sorry about that, there was somebody at the window. They've just popped something through the letterbox. Mr. Nadine and a book, how lovely. Now give this a really good beat. Add some mixed herbs. Now the lady at the food office suggested 2 tablespoons. I'm not sure that I've got enough. Yeah, I think I probably have. So a good helping of herbs. And now we're going to add a little bit more water. And that's a wonderful thickish batter. Now I'm going to take this over to the range and give this a cook. Now over on the range I've heated a griddle up high with a little bit of fat, and I'm going to pop some spoonfuls of the mixture on to cook. spread them out a little bit. And wait till you see bubbles coming through and breaking until they're browned on one side, then flip them over until they're cooked and brown on the other side too. Now, as you can see, the bubbles are coming through. Flip them over and do the other side. And there we have some delicious fresh salted cod pancakes from the Ministry of Food's own recipe. I'm going to keep them warm while I prepare a salad, and I think that's going to make a jolly nice dinner for us.